Hey guys, welcome back to Zakari Hikari. My name is Zach, and here we discuss everything related to manifestation, conscious creation, conscious manifestation, higher consciousness, Neville Goddard, the law of assumption, all that good stuff. Before I start with this video, if you guys want to work with me, all my information is down below. Texting has been absolutely amazing. I'm seeing a lot of successes with you guys, and sometimes that hand-holding can really help. But again, if you guys have anything, if you want to book a call, get in touch, okay? So, I wanted to discuss, this video has been a long time in the making, and I don't know why I haven't made it up until this point, but I really want to discuss with you guys the concept of sleep tapes and subliminal tapes and hypnosis and all these things that people tend to do, right, in order to subconsciously change their awareness or their state of being without having to really do any work, okay? Guys, I've been around this community for a little over almost 8 years now. And I remember a few years ago, I'm not naming names, I'm not calling anybody out, but I remember there was one coach out there who just started hawking sleep tapes, and just saying, just listen to this sleep tape, get a personalized sleep tape, do this. You're not going to do anything. Just listen to the tape and, it'll change your whole life. Okay. Let me start by saying this. Sleep tapes and subliminals can both be powerful if you choose that they are, in a sense. Okay. But I think what people want to do, and this is a very human trait, is that we want to get something without actually having to do any effort. We don't want to have to be aware of who we're being, right? So you can listen to a sleep tape all night. You can listen to a sleep tape for 30 days is what they used to say. Listen to the sleep tape for 30 days and it'll change your whole life and blah, blah, blah. And then you see the YouTube comments that half of them are probably fucking either paid for or whatever. And they're just saying, oh, this tape changed my life. Okay. That might be true for some people. It might not be. But if you're listening to a sleep tape and then for the rest of the waking hours, you're going about your day and you are aware of being the opposite, you are aware of the opposite reality, you are aware of the problems, you are aware of the situation, and all day you're giving your awareness to out there. You could be listening to a sleep tape all fucking day. You could be having it on 24 repeat all day. But if your awareness is still going to the illusion and you're taking that illusion as fact, then it's not going to matter what sleep tape you're listening to because you're always going to be in the opposite awareness predominantly. Okay? I'm serious, guys. Like it's not a one, there's no like one magic pill that you can just have this one thing and then it's just going to change your entire life. Now, maybe you might have a very healthy self-concept and you just have one little thing and you can just choose it and listen to a sleep tape and it'll fix it for you. Fine, I guess. But in my experience, I don't see sleep tapes if sleep tapes were the answer, coaching wouldn't be a thing, right? Now, the other thing about sleep tapes I want you guys to be aware of, okay, is the thing about sleep tapes is you have a very specific story and self-concept up until this point. And the sleep tapes that are on YouTube, and this is why people said, Zach, I want you to make a sleep tape. Could you make a sleep tape? I'm so reluctant to do it. And maybe it's something we can play with, in the future, but I don't want to do something just for the sake of just getting view hours. That's something you also need to consider with this. With sleep tapes, can they be powerful? Sure. But number two, if the sleep tape is not actually hitting on your self-concept and you're not even aware of what that self-concept is, and you're not even aware of who you're actually being and what awareness and thoughts you're actually giving power to throughout your day, then you could be listening to a sleep tape and it's not actually hitting on the self-concept that you need, right? So you're going to be listening to something and you might be having a great, it might be affirming or putting into your awareness a new self-concept related to something else. But if it's not actually hitting on the core issues and the core thoughts and the core experiences and these memories that you're bringing from the past into the present, because time is not linear, it's just the moment of now. But if you're constantly doing that and it's not hitting on the actual things that you need to be touching on or adjusting or fixing or whatever the way you want to put it, then you're wasting your time. Okay, guys, I don't want to, I want to be careful here. It's all love, right? It's all love. But manifestation in these channels, the reason I started my channel, the reason I know a couple other creators started their channels is because it's become like this like cash cow where people, they read one Neville Goddard book or they understand at the very basic levels and then they just start trying to teach it. And then maybe a client might get some success, maybe some people won't get success, but they're teaching from their own understanding, which tends to be very limited. And then they're just pushing shit. So then it gives a bad, name to coaches or manifestation, and people say, oh, this is just, what is it called? Snake poison or I don't know the exact term, but it's like people, they're just peddling this bullshit in order to get views, get money, get this. And most of the people who are peddling this online are not understanding it. Okay. So I'm going to put that out there and say that if somebody is doing all these different sleep tape videos and they're making all of them, look at the view hours on them. There's a monetary incentive to doing those sleep tape videos. And they will say, listen to this for 30 nights, listen to this for 60 days, listen. Can some of them, if it's hitting on your actual self-concept, could it potentially help? Sure. If you say it will, it will. Everything is powerful because you are reality. But if you're listening to something that's not actually hitting on the core self concepts and you are getting all these other areas and movements in this, but you're one thing that is staring you right in the fucking face and you're not seeing it, and that sleep tape is not hitting on it, you're wasting your time. And really, the monetary incentive of the person who made that sleep tape, listen, I'm sure it's coming from a place of love, and I'm sure of course it's going to feel good knowing that you're helping people, but they're still making a fucking bank off of having you listening to those view hours. There is always going to be a monetary incentive for those types of things, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to, maybe if I come up with a sleep tape and you guys can help me, we'll develop as a crew together what would be beneficial, and we can figure that out later. But right now, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to make this channel until I knew that I actually have proven it with people in my life and I knew that I could actually help people, right? This channel is about authenticity and about being real, and I never am going to sell out and say, okay, just give me some money for a sleep tape. Here's your sleep tape. Here's your sleep tape. Here's your sleep tape. I did the sleep tape. I bought the sleep tape. I did it years ago. It did absolutely nothing for me. The SP came back, fell apart right after because I wasn't actually aware of being honest with who I was being. I probably wasn't even being honest with that coach at the time of who I was being, because I didn't actually look internally and see who I was actually conscious of being. Right? And then once I figured it out, boom, game over. Everything was perfect. And now if you want to make your own sleep tape and you can actually say, okay, well, this is who I am and I'm aware of this and maybe whatever, fine, do it. That can help. But sleep tapes, subliminals, are not going to be the end-all solution to everything. If you see something online that says, listen to this one time and you're going to get married with your SP, or listen to this one time to make them miss you, or listen to this for 30 days, guys, come on. Like, they're preying on your desperateness in order to get something. Like, be real with yourself. Now, not even looking at sleep tapes, but if you go over and look at the subliminal crowd, right? Yeah, you might see a bunch of comments that either could have been paid for or they could have been real, but you'll never know. You don't know. If you can't hear what's in a subliminal and you actually do not know what is in that subliminal, I don't care how many views and likes it has. People can pay for that, right? It doesn't fucking matter. If you don't know what is being said to you in that subliminal, even if they write it in the comments, I know creators do that sometimes, they put it like in the comments, like this is the list of affirmations that we have. Okay, cool. You don't know what's being said to you. B, even if it was the same list that creator is putting there, you still don't know if that is hitting on your actual self-concept issues. What I've seen, what I went through personally, moons ago, when I've seen with a lot of people, is that they think that they have one self-concept issue, but really the actual self-concept issue that's really kind of staring them in the face, they can't even see it. So they start trying to fix this one piece of awareness, thinking this is what my issue is. This is what I need to start, affirming differently or choosing this version of myself, of the person who would have it. But they're not even really being honest or aware of who they're actually being. So then they start listening to this magic self-concept tape. And then they'll listen to one self-concept tape for 30 days. Then they'll go to the next one for 30 days. And they'll go to the next one for 30 days. And then they're like, okay, well, I've listened to a self-concept tape for a year and nothing changed. And then they see a comment of someone saying, oh, I listened to this for 30 days and everything fucking magically changed. Okay, great. Maybe that person, it actually hit their self-concept. Good for them. Good. Okay, great. But if you're still in the same situation and your life is not where you want it to be, and you've just been listening to self-concept tapes and you've been kind of trying to choose this different point of awareness of who you think it would be in that reality, but you're not actually tackling who you're consciously choosing unconsciously from moment to moment to moment, and you're not even aware of it, then your life is not going to go there, right? Of course, go to the I am knowing that you are everything. But again, you can go to the I am and choose you're that person now. And if you can do that, fine. That is the ultimate. But if you try to do that and then your 3D, this lower illusion that's trying to keep you stuck here and it keeps trying to drag you back into it, that's going to stop you from actually embodying that state, then that's your answer, guys. Like, okay, well, then I'm aware of this. I need to actually be aware of what I'm aware of. And if you want to make a self-concept tape from there, great. If you guys moving forwards and we want to, find a way that we can figure that out with this channel or something, I'll think about it. I'm still really apprehensive about it because I don't fully believe in it. I've had mixed results with them. I think that it can potentially work. I think there's a danger in becoming over-reliant on it and not still putting your awareness on who you want to be from moment to moment. And I think there's a danger if the sleep tape is not actually hitting your true self-concept. And oftentimes you find these sleep tapes and they say all this weird fucking shit, right? Like they talk in these big esoteric terms that make it into this big like blah, 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 blah. Some of sleep tapes will absolutely work. I'm not going to lie if it is hitting on where you are. But again, guys, if you're going to the gym 5 days a week and you're eating a healthy breakfast and dinner, but for the rest of the day you're snacking on McDonald's and you're eating Big Macs and you're eating fucking whatever, then it's the same concept. It's who are you being from moment to moment to moment, and you need to get to that ability to start shifting yourself from moment to moment, occupying that room of reality, putting your awareness there, staying there, and then letting everything conform and swirl around you as reality. That is the only answer, okay? Sleep tapes are just another technique. Subliminal's another technique. There's all these different techniques out there that every single one of them is powerful, but you are the technique. And you can decide, this sleep tape is absolutely going to work for me. And if it's hitting your self-concept, fine. But I'm so reluctant to sell you guys on something of this like mass pill. Right? This magic fucking like thing that is just going to change everything for you without you actually needing to consciously embody the law. Because this reality game, it doesn't end. It goes on forever and ever and ever. You never go out of existence. You are an eternal, everlasting being who is just occupying different rooms of consciousness from now until forever. And if you start becoming reliant on something, what if you lose power for a week and you can't get into your sleep tape? Right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you got to really understand here, you are the power. And all it takes is awareness. That's it. If you're aware of who you're being and you can consciously be the one to be directing your focus onto that from moment to moment to moment, that's what's going to make all the difference in your life. But if you're not aware of who you're actually being and you're still putting all the emphasis on the out there, on the person, on the thing, on the circumstance, on the job, on the situation, on all the bullshit, on this and that and the other thing, and you're not putting your awareness here and keeping it there, you're just going to keep going around in circles again and again and again and again and again and again and again. You are unlimited. You are limitless. You can be, do, or have anything in your life, but it's going to come down to who are you choosing to be? And is that choice, are you really choosing to be that person right now? Are you really choosing to be the opposite of what you've been aware of that created all this fucking mess to begin with? Or are you just kind of throwing different affirmations out there that you think sound right? Right? Like my favorite one is that fucking I am a goddess, I am a queen, I am this, I am that. But does anyone really talk like that? And does putting your awareness on that, is that really going to create you as a healthy, well-adjusted human in a human experience, having a loving relationship, who's grateful for everything? If you haven't seen my last video, watch that one. But truly, you need to make sure that your self-concept and the things that you are listening to, the things that you are inundating your mind with, the things that you are actually putting your awareness on, are literally going to be the things that are putting you into that reality, into that room of imagination and consciousness now. No one to change but self, but are you actually changing and choosing the correct version of yourself? And really, it's not correct, but the version that would be aligned with that reality, right? You are the only one who can answer that question for yourself. And if you can't answer that question for yourself, that's why people like me exist, right? A coach should not be putting you on a course and things like that. I know there's gonna be comments and saying, but I had success with the course and that's not the other thing. Okay, then why are you still watching YouTube content? Okay, a course might be helpful to get you in a general direction, but the issue I have with courses is that I see people do courses, then they do another course, then they do another course, then they do another course, then become reliant on this ecosystem, and they just keep going into it, and it just keeps them stuck. And then they're giving the power to a course. When the course, there's no course that can actually trump a conversation with somebody to actually understand, okay, where is your awareness truly being? Who are you being from a personal standpoint, not from a therapy standpoint where you're going to just keep rehashing the same reality you've been stuck in, but who are you actually aware of being now? And if you need someone to see that for you and actually bring that to your attention, then there you go. Okay? I'm happy to help you guys. I'm happy to either, if you need a little bit more hand-holding for the text membership, just to call, whatever. I'm here. Everyone's here. But you need to actually take responsibility and awareness for, what am I doing? Okay? You can't take the lazy route. There's no magic thing out there that you're just going to get this magic fucking thing and it's going to create everything for you. It's not going to be a sleep tape. It's not going to be hypnotherapy. It's not going to be a quantum machine that's going to jump you to new reality. It's only going to be you. Your awareness of being, who you're aware of being from moment to moment to moment, and then going into that now and making sure that it's in line with everything else. Now, if you want to make a sleep tape of your own sleep tape, or you want help or whatever else, like, sure, we can figure things like that out. But again, I don't want you guys becoming reliant on something and thinking that's going to change your whole life, because I've seen it too many times where people will say that and they'll kind of half believe it, and then they'll do it, and then the sleep tape, they go through the 30 days and nothing's really changed. Or the SP does come back and then they go out again because they didn't actually learn how to control their consciousness from moment to moment to stay in that reality at all times. Okay? Remember, consciousness, nothing is more important or less important. Nothing is more difficult or less difficult. It is you giving the power, the importance, the difficulty level. You're giving the meaning to all of it. Okay? And I know for all the commenters out there who are going to say, oh, sleep tape worked for me, or this or that, the other thing. Great. If you guys are advertising, I don't believe in, there's very few sleep tapes that I will believe in in my own personal experience. If I don't believe in something is helping you guys and I think it's actually working against you, then I'm not going to let you guys promote that stuff on the channel, because I don't want people leading themselves blind, going in circles again and again and again. Okay? Find out what your self-concept is. Start choosing, imagining, being, entering, practicing as that person, giving gratitude and love, and that's what's going to get you there, knowing that you are reality. You are that I am state of being now. From now until forevermore, and this never stops. It will never change. The law will never change. This is just how consciousness is. It just keeps going, and that's it. And once you wake up, you go on another adventure. Okay? So that's my little sleep tape rant that I've been trying to do and wanting to do for a long time. I just thought I had time today, so I'll pop on and kind of get it out to you guys. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I mean, yeah, obviously, if you guys have had successful sleep tapes, fine. But I want to make it very clear. Don't go to that as the ultimate end all, okay? The ultimate end all is your conscious awareness of being. Who are you conscious of being? And is that person truly the person who's in your reality now? Okay? All right. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. If you need help, reach out. And yeah, I'll be on again soon. All right? Love you.